Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
For all of our listeners around the world and the country who slay the dragon at the earliest possible hour, they get up early. Everybody in this room, we've done different radio shifts, and I was a morning man a couple of times, and getting up 3 times, actually, 3 different times in my life I worked mornings. I will tell you that we normally tape the Mike O'Mara Show at 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right on.
And today we're taping an hour early. It's something we do routinely. We do it constantly. The spring forward thing and taping early, this is the first time I can remember where getting up early, even with my son, I get up early no matter what. Yeah. I'm up early all the time. Somehow, some way,
just talk your head off, Ethan. It's fine.
Just doing a show, Ethan.
Thanks, Ethan.
Oscar's getting his stuff. I guess his coffee was bad.
You know where Oscar's dissatisfaction level with everything is at a high. Yeah. Well, orange bleeding into red.
Oscar comes back from Arizona, tapes a Big O and Dukes last night or yesterday afternoon?
Last night.
Yeah.
Last
night. Okay. Yeah. Why would it be in the afternoon? The afternoon would be easy for you.
Well, we had a jam day. We had a jam day of productions.
Make the struggle. So it's all about that. But I have to say, Oscar's dragging. I don't know. Rob, you don't seem to be dragging. I'm dragging.
You know what? I gotten to a point now where I set 2 alarms because I've gotten really addicted to the snooze feature, and even I can be like not even cognizant enough to talk, but I can add 9-minute math while I'm asleep through the last possible moment to get up. And this morning was tough. I had 3 separate alarms that I battled with today,
and we've done it a million times and never even thought about it. Today I hear Oscar going, and I'm going tar heroin. I got the tea. I got everything going. And it's not all that early. We're taping an hour earlier than we normally do, but it's the spring forward crap.
Yeah, that's it.
Now I'm officially on board with keeping it one time, and I'd like it to be brighter in the morning and not in the evening.
Oh, you see, I disagree. So you wish you were in the other mode, not this mode.
All I care about is keeping it the same. That's what I care about.
And this is the burden, and I'm happy you brought that up.
Thank you.
Is that I am the fool of fools for not just taking a week off when I'm going to a time zone a state that doesn't change the time zone. Like, they just don't do it. They do it right in Arizona. They don't change.
Indianapolis too, right? Isn't that another place that doesn't do daylight savings?
I think Indy does it that way.
So I'm 3 hours behind in Arizona. Right now, my body feels like it's roughly, let's say, 4 a.m. because that's just the way it feels. You add another hour for the spring forward, so it's 3 a.m. my time in my mind.
Right.
And
and you also had that ungodly early rising to get on that plane.
Yes. So I can't get over the fact that for some reason, and Mike is right, I love the struggle. I do this to myself.
You do.
It is the worst. And I still can't get over it. And we got another, what do we talk about? A strong conversation. Shannon and I. This morning about missing out on the $3,400 in flight credits.
Oh, my God, you haven't let it go.
Now, before we get to that, I have to know.
Oh, my God.
Shannon shares your schedule because a lot of times you even come into work together. She went to Arizona with you.
Yes.
How is she dealing with the time change?
When I asked her for oatmeal this morning at 7 a.m. roughly.
The 7 a.m. oatmeal,
yes.
Mike.
I said I would like some oatmeal.
You like people to serve you, whether it's here in the podcast village or whether it's at home to serve me.
If I am the Momma Bird chopping up worms and feeding them and keeping them alive.
Already this analogy doesn't work.
Then once in a while.
The Momma Bird. That's new. The Momma Bird is new. We might have to tape at 8 a.m. every time.
Hello,
that's great.
baby bird.
By the way, for all the morning people that get up at 3:30, we're wimps.
Here's to you.
God bless.
We're wimps.
So she brings me my oatmeal. She's very kind.
How do you take your oatmeal?
Dry, very dry.
Really?
With nuts and all kinds of sustenance.
Raisins?
Walnuts, raisins.
Love me some raisins,
fruit.
boy.
Do you put any sweetener on it?
No sweetener, no. Just straight oatmeal.
Struggle.
Dull.
I put honey on mine.
That would be nice. It's never offered, Mike.
What do you put on yours, Rob?
My ideal oatmeal would be raisins that are cooked so they plump, Just a little brown sugar and
Okay.
2 sticks of butter.
Thank you.
She says
Nothing is better for thee than me, Mike.
Thank you
She
very
says, "What's
much.
wrong?"
You're on. You're not tired today. You're on.
And I say, "Well, we lost out on that $3,400 with the flights."
I forgot it was $1,700.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, to be fair, it was $4,400 because you were going to get your refund as well.
Oh God!
I hate to, put salt in the wound, but I love statistics.
I feel for you on that one.
I do
truly
too.
feel for you.
You know what?
Yep.
I actually thought about that on the ride home yesterday. I said that the fact that he actually turned her and missed it by a matter of moments, that makes it so tragic.
And the
let me make
please.
you feel worse.
Yes.
yeah.
All right, about what you were, and you talked a little bit about this before we went on the air. You call us on Monday, for example, and say you were out there and you said, guys, we got an opportunity to or the flights were messed up.
Right.
What are we going to say? You know what we're going to say? We're going to say, all right, we'll see you on Wednesday. I hate to tell you that because but I don't.
I might say take the week.
With you two, I don't need to. Those days have passed where I have to worry about motivating people. It's not like I feel like somebody's blowing stuff off. And you're talking about, and I know you're jealous of your other radio partner who's on vacation this week who just stayed out.
He
in
made the
Arizona.
right choice.
Yes.
He made the right choice.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm delighted to have you here, and I'm glad it was a short little break.
Yes.
And but I mean, I know, it could have been better.
So that's painful to hear.
Yeah.
Sorry
Because
about that.
I would rather you be like, man, we needed you. Thank you for making
Well, no,
it.
I don't like to do the show in any other incarnation
none
than
of
having
us-
the three of us.
What
And
have
none
I
of
always
us
said?
like
That this
missing the
show
show.
is like a souffle, and when one ingredient is missing, it's
Right.
just not right.
By the way, if you go away, either one of you go away, and you put somebody in the chair, I now have found myself I'm comfortable with 3 people, whether it be Rofo, Sarah Frazier, whether it be Rob and Joe. That to me makes the I don't want to just get any person in there, but I mean the people that I
So-
like to do a show with.
Like
So-
Pony.
Oh, that would be great.
Hold on a second, I don't have my soundboard. Let's see if it's working.
Oh,
Welcome
That's
back
mean.
to the Bloom Room.
I'm going to be quiet now.
So
Thank you.
Oh, for once.
at the root of this, I'm spent. I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I'm doing my best. And I appreciate you guys propping me up during this time, and it doesn't really for me. And I feel bad for my wife a little bit because we could have just gotten those vouchers and gotten here a little later. Because even
Is
though
she on campus with you today?
no, she was
Okay.
blow drying her hair. I took an Uber.
Okay.
So she'll be in at lunch.
Yes, lots of hair.
By the way, I say thank you for comedic effect for that guy that bitched about me saying thank you all the time.
I
Thank you.
said
It's a capper. It's what we like to call the button.
I said
Thank you.
Look, it's not really about the money. It's just what that would have meant, and the idea that we
Symbolic.
we even wavered. Like
Get
really,
it? Wavered?
we really have to think about this in the future, like how we respond to opportunity. And
can I
Yes.
tell you something about air travel and travel in general? Because you said something like, I don't know why I do this. I wish I could say that at this age that I'm going to make an attempt to see the world. I may try to see places before I go, but I hate it so much. And, and I came back from a flight that was an hour and 15 minutes away from where I live.
Yeah.
And I
Basically
got the
a
flu.
long drive.
Yes, I got the flu.
Yeah.
My wife got sick, and my son got sick. So the idea, and I really don't think because of the size of the industry that we're being that people are being square with human beings. Everybody knows it, but I just don't think it's all that publicized. Just how bad it is for you to sardine yourself into an aluminum tube and smell people's farts for 4 hours.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's one of the most unhealthy environments ever in the world. I think people get sick routinely every day when they fly because whoever's sick on that plane, you got a greater chance of getting their illness.
And I feel that it's gotten worse over the last.
Definitely gotten worse.
I mean, how often, and they ostensibly clean between flights, you always find something magical in your seat pocket, don't you? Is it so hard to
and you
check
got probably,
the seat pocket for
you probably
Kleenex?
got 1 out of 30 Americans that properly wipe their ass.
That's right.
And
But
wash their hands. It's
But they wipe it,
disgusting.
Mike. They wipe their ass on one of the blankets they offer you.
It's disgusting.
The one value prop I did not talk about by staying on the plane and coming home at that early hour and missing out on those vouchers is I really, after Shannon was like, you're going to be a monster all day today if we stay in Arizona because you just are. I know you're going to be worried about getting back home.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like I've been dragged in back of a salt truck. Like I still
because
feel that way.
it's because it's travel.
Yes.
It's getting up early, and it's just there's nothing about it that I like. There's nothing about it.
Stress and tension, too.
You want to come down. A lot of people come down here and they go to Florida for the beaches and the sunshine, and they go a little spring training baseball. You
Florida
want to have fun
sunshine.
down here? You want to have fun out here? You really want to have fun? Go to the airport and just sit in the lobby area and watch the people coming in. It's a literal death march. People going back to their homes.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like because. And so I'm here to say that
they're bummed to leave the sunshine.
I
bummed to be back.
would love to be able to see the world. I just don't know if I went to a beautiful place on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It was gorgeous. I just don't know if it was worth it. I just don't know if it was worth it's such an amazingly hassle. It's gotten worse. It gets steadily worse every year.
It does.
And it's just not. And then you get. I don't know. I mean,
So-
and you went through the same.
And the
thing.
sickness is the capper for
and-
you. That's the
right.
worst.
And for me, like I don't think I'm getting sick. I don't feel sick. I just feel spent.
Yeah.
And I look at my wife. I'm
Well,
like,
your
"Oh."
eyes look good.
I was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving to work now because that's what we got to do when you don't take those $1,700 vouchers because someone's got to pay for those $1,700 flights.
Yeah.
Is she ever going to hear the end of
And,
it?
She will, you know when? After they have spent $3,400 on airfare, and then it's in the rearview mirror. But they still have to think about Thanksgiving travel
I said-
and Christmas travel that would have been free.
I said
Yeah.
to her, I'm gonna go in an Uber now that costs money to work because you're blow drying your hair. Like that's just my life right now.
All right, let me tell you.
And
This
she-
is
and
from
she- and
me.
she
I
says-
need to get. I need.
No,
go
no,
ahead.
and she
says to
knows
me-
electricity's
she
not
goes-
free, right?
She goes, "Oh, good. Can you give Maddie the keys to the rental for the production car today?" And I said, "Shannon, I don't work for you." So,
Hey, that's a new one. That's a good one.
Wow, boy, that poor lady. We're
Uh,
gonna have to get her on the show.
Put
I
upon,
said,
Mike. Very put upon.
what time would you like me to give it to her? During the show, where the show that pays our mortgage and pays our bills and takes care of everything, or after the show where I'm going to be dead and we have to run another production for 5 hours? Tell me which one you want me to do.
What rental car are you talking about?
We have a new feature that it's not made public. I can tell you offline. But we had to rent a car, and then we have outfitted it with cameras. And one of the segments we're doing for the production, where you'll actually be driving around, and the hosts, like comedians in car getting coffee, will be motoring around the city, and it'll be.
So
taped.
is this like brand new? Is this going to be something
brand new. Brand
This
new.
is not something that's aired yet. So
Brand
it's
new
a-
production.
it's
Yes.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. That sounds so. Is that what you're working on today? Too?
That's what we'll be working on today. Yes.
Oh, I look forward to hearing about
Yeah.
that. Well, the thing about it is that I have to interrupt you here and tell you that be good to her. Be good to her because I mean you just got to let it go. You got to let it go. You're back now. You had some fun. You're not going to get that money back from Southwest Airlines. It
the
could
money
be worse.
is gone.
It could be worse. You could be a Boeing stockholder.
They'll bounce back. They were up already.
Yeah, that's right. They did bounce back, didn't they? No, but the thing about it is that you just got to let it go.
Mike,
you
you
got to let it
know
go.
what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm gonna eventually let it go, but right now
That's a step.
It is so painful.
Right.
It's so painful.
Right. Okay. And you know what they'll call Shannon's finished blow drying her hair, and then she will be walking up to Podcast Village on what we refer to now as the Trail of Tears. Thank you very much.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world. Come on, Brad. Let's go get you a woman.
You ready for your moment of truth?
You know, Damone, I noticed I was starting to get a pimple this morning.
Right.
And I thought maybe
The shyness routine is really starting to aggravate me. I mean, now who is she anyways, right? She's a waitress in a pizza parlor. Now look at her.
Early
Look at
80s
you,
audio.
Member of the honor roll. Assistant to the assistant manager of the movie theater. I'm telling you, Rat, if this girl can't smell your qualifications, then who needs her, right?
Right.
All right.
Look, what do I say to her once we get in the car?
No problem, Rat. What you need is my special 5-point plan.
Come on, Damone, I need real help.
What do you mean? Hey, men have died trying to obtain this valuable information.
Men have died.
But I'll give it to you for free.
Okay, what's your 5-point plan?
All right. Now pay attention. First of all, Rat, you never let on how much you like a girl. Oh, Debbie. Hi. 2, you always call the shots. Kiss me. You won't regret it. Now 3, act like wherever you are, that's the place to be.
Isn't this great?
Isn't this great? 4, when ordering food, you find out what she wants, then order for the both of you. It's a classy move. Now, the lady will have the linguine and white clam sauce and a Coke with no ice. And 5, now this is most important, Rat. When it comes down to making out, whenever possible, put on side 1 of Led Zeppelin 4.
Hey, bud. Let's party. Where'd you get this jacket?
I got this in the network. It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Trail of Tears Podcast Village Studios in our nation's capital,
Mike, I saw her
Washington,
coming up
DC.
Wisconsin Avenue wrapped in a blanket.
Yes, it's very, very sad. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, TMOS to our friends. Thank you for joining us. We're delighted to have you. For our longtime listeners, we love you. Thank you. Spread the word. Hand out pamphlets, stand on the corner with sandwich boards, do whatever you can to promote the Mike O'Mara Show. We are all over the place, from Hilliard, Washington to Sproul, Pennsylvania, from Omaha, Nebraska to Lodi. One of my favorite town names.
That's a great one.
Lodi, California. From Gresham, Oregon to London, England. The Mike O'Mara Show is on now. And keep the cities coming. Mm-hmm. Keep your little town. Doesn't have to be, I don't care how small it is, I'll share it. I'm doing it every week. We update that every week, and we mention your town for the entire week on the show. Each week we change that, and we will put your town there for the world to hear.
It's great for local economies. The Chamber of Commerces are out of their mind.
Absolutely. You're going to love it. The show today is brought to you by Cornerstone. Powerful advice from Cornerstone First Financial. Interest rates are down a full percentage point from their peak last fall, thanks to the economy slowing down. The Fed has been giving signals that there will only be 2 rate increases instead of the 4 that had been originally predicted. Rates are back around 4%, and with the spring market right upon us, time to act. Whether you are buying, refinancing, or consolidating debt, Cornerstone guarantees you the lowest rate. Work with the friends of TMOS and save some dough, baby. Now licensed in California, along with Maryland, Virginia, D.C., Georgia, Florida.
Hey, that's where you live.
And Colorado.
Yes.
Click their banner on our website. Visit cornerstonefirst.com or call them at 866-625-1221. Cornerstone First Financial. Personal attention from application to closing. Welcome, welcome. If we don't do it now, we're never going to get to it. Let's open up the mailbag because we have it here, standing by for you. Here now, gentlemen. I am in control here now.
Al Haig.
Oh, it's over?
It just began.
All right. Now, tighty, righty, for your listening pleasure. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Wednesday.
First letter. Print it. Hi, TMOS. we're still talking about our visit to Podcast Village and all the fun we had on the show the day after the Super Bowl. We'd love it if you would give birthday greetings to our boy, Cam. Who turns 16 next Monday. That's a cool age.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he gets in the car, he asks, can we listen to the Mike O'Mara Show? Let me tell you something about Cam.
Yeah.
Cam is a personal friend of mine because of that comment. Cam, you are a personal friend of me, Mike O'Mara. You are a cool kid. You are going places.
Cool Cam.
Yes.
Let me tell you what I'll tell you about Cam. I think Cam, the sky's the limit. Cam can pursue either a career in the medical field, in politics, or become
engineering,
the military.
Yes, that's on the intellectual side. Or Cam, if he chooses to, will be an elite athlete.
Yes, true.
Because that's the kind of go-getter Cam is. Cam is my man Cam. He will lead the charge of the next generation of TMOS listeners, and Mike's impression of Krusty the Clown is what he loves best. Thanks for all the funny. Your friends Ashley, the children's music teacher, and Kevin, still not a doctor. That's right. But Cam, the 16-year-old, let me just say, all right, here we go. Hey, Cam. Hey, happy 16th birthday. 16-year-olds can be cruel. Thank you. Moving right along. Hi, guys. I just wanted to send a quick note of thanks to you. I can't remember exactly when you guys first played Postmodern Jukebox in the Audio Vault, but from that time on, I was hooked. What is that, Rob? What is Postmodern?
It's a band, and I'll play you a clip of them in a moment. I think you'll remember them, yeah.
Here's an editor's note. It was February of 2014.
That's the first time we played them, yes.
I get to see one of my favorite bands in person on Thursday night here in Spokane at a beautifully restored theater that will be perfect for their sound. I'm really looking forward to it, and I have to say thank you for the introduction, Kevin Scott, and Rob's the guy that did that, so thank Rob for that, Kevin, and Rob's got a sample.
I'm going to give you a
Postmodern Jukebox.
I'll give you your choices here. What they do is they take modern songs and play them in other genres from years past. Would you like to hear their take on Meghan Trainor, Guns N' Roses, or Wham?
Wham.
Wham. This is my favorite one. This is if they had recorded Careless Whisper in the 1930s. And they've really great outfit, great musicianship, and great singing.
So they're an old-timey band that plays
modern records, yeah. Even though this is a 30-year-old song.
As I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor.
Maybe there's another one that's nicer. That's better.
All right, play another one.
Yeah, play another.
Here's the
Oscar's not feeling it.
This is if Guns N' Roses were like New Orleans jazz.
Look at Oscar's face.
All right, let me play something from Oscar's era. Here's if they had done Meghan Trainor, okay?
As you know, I'm all about that bass, about the bass.
I like this.
No trouble.
Shocking.
I'm all about that bass.
But I like it too. I like all of them.
And I like the fact that
I
it's
like old-timey, so I like all of them.
it's real musicianship being played, you know, and I think it's lovely if they play live.
Amen.
And it's no trickery. So have fun at the show.
It's pretty clear. I ain't no side.
Did you write that letter to yourself?
No, if I wrote a letter, it would insult you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Kevin.
Hey, Oscar, thanks for the great energy today.
Greetings.
Love Rob.
I'm not going to fake it.
I am a 20-year listener, and I love the show. I've attended a few Las Vegas-style shows and also met you guys in Reno. I got engaged to my girl of 5 years last Friday. Editor's note, that seems young. That's the way you wrote it, too. He wrote it like
she's
he got engaged to a 5-year-old. That's funny. I thought it was weird when I read it, but then because I'm tired, when I got the clarification.
Yes, I will. I do.
And my birthday was last week. I was wondering if I could get the Jamaican jerk to give my fiance Eden and I some engagement advice. Your loyal listener, Chris Walker. Oh, yeah, Chris. Yeah, man. Yeah. How about you learn the English language before you send letters to radio shows, huh? With your bad sentence structure. Yeah, okay. Boy, you sound exciting. This might be the first girl who give it up for you, man, huh? That's right. I'm the Jamaican jerk. Okay, all right. You know, just remember things fall apart with Eden. You just go ahead and get another bus to come driving by, man. Okay? Don't sweat it, man, all right? Make sure that she don't blow her hair dry all day long, man, when you coming up to Podcast Village. You make sure she walk up, man, on the Trail of Tears, okay? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Chris Walker, the guy that's very happy about his lot in life, even though he can't write the English language, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's the Jamaican jerk. Moving right along. Hi, man. It's birthday season. No, it's not. And that means it's time to celebrate my honey, John Bloom's birthday. Johnny. It falls on St. Patrick's Day. This is a little late, this letter. Birthday season is in June. Thank you, Rob. This year, John is turning 33 years young, and I have a weird request that you may be able to fulfill, even though you probably won't remember this. A while ago, there was a bit about this guy named Doug Feuerbach.
Feuerbach.
And what is it?
Feuerbach.
Feuerbach. There was a bit about this guy named Doug Feuerbach and how he was going to see the new Star Wars movie. It had to have been The Last Jedi. The name Doug Feuerbach tickled you, Mike. Feuerbach.
You don't read ahead.
Is that what I did?
Yes,
Do I remember that?
But don't read ahead.
Oh, sorry. And that tickled us. It was either Rob or Mike who broke into a song in heavy German accent about being Doug Feuerbach, hailing from Germany, excited to see the Star Wars. We were in tears from laughing so hard. We still sing the Doug Feuerbach song. I was kind of hoping Doug Feuerbach could wish John a happy birthday. Love you guys, Mandy. So, John, it's so nice to celebrate the birthday with the cake and the ice cream on the cake.
Yes.
And birthday presents with opening the Feuerbachs. And they say, oh, look what einen uns gift in here. I love birthdays, they're so great. It's better than the Feuerbachs going to the wonderful birthday party for John. Oh, Mandy, look at the candle. One of them burnt out. Yeah, that is einen Feuerbach. Oh, the Star Wars is so great with deinen Darth Vader und the Force. May the Force be with you. Be with you. Yeah, Feuerbachs love birthday parties with the Star Wars theme.
Yes.
The giant robots with the guns shooting out of the front that look like crawly bugs.
Yeah,
in the sand.
lightsabers too, Doug.
Lightsabers, yes. Yoda. Yoda, what should I do with the Force in einen Feuerbach? That's all I got. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Moving right up. Thank you very much. Hi, gang. Hey, gang. It's the Money Man.
Eddie
Hey,
Money.
gang. I'm sure you've had songs pop into your head out of nowhere. Am I right? Well, everybody has. They're called earworms.
Yes.
This morning, I found myself singing Matty Mazziello's song. This is a hardworking mailbag, but I'm in the mood. This morning, I found myself singing the Matty Mazziello song while in the shower. When I got out of the shower, my wife asked, who is Maddie? I replied in my best Italian accent, she's a good girl. She like the cheese. I love our listeners. I truly do. I am sure it creeps Maddie out to think of a fat old man singing her name in the shower. I am so sorry for that. But in any case, thanks, Mike, for putting that song in my head. Eric Cook. Oh, Maddie Mazziello. She like the big wheel of cheese. She like the perfectly sliced provolone and a sandwich with a prosciutto. Maddie Mazziello. Thank you for the mailbag, everybody. I'm done. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I'll see you next week.
Good night.
We'll take a break and come back with more. I had an embarrassing moment that I only realized last night, and I will share it with you when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. In these divisive times, it's hard to find common ground. It's difficult to concur, which is why there is such value to calm, collected political discourse. This is why we need political persuasions. Mike O'Mara.
You don't f***ing understand that we're in a world of shit right now.
Chris Freites.
Yeah, I'm not going to let it happen.
Cool, considerate men.
You want to yell? I'll f***ing yell, asshole.
Yell.
Because
Let's yell.
And never clouding their judgment with the fog of emotion.
You know why you can't? Because
just
there's
did.
nobody.
Why
There's
don't you
nobody.
f***ing let me talk?
O'Mara.
I do.
Pretend that you're objective, but you're not really objective.
I let you run on and blah, blah, blah. And I don't interrupt your red face rants. And then I try to say 3 words. And
Talking the issues of today.
Are you going to let me finish a sentence today?
Find it on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Political Persuasions, quietly changing the world. Let me offer my congratulations. Luke Covey, is it Covey or Covey?
I think it's Covey.
Covey Freites. Luke Covey Freites, born Saturday at 12:10, 8 pounds, 3 ounces, a bouncing baby boy, almost 21 inches long. He's going to be tall like his daddy. Congratulations to my other partner, Chris Freites, who has worked with me free of any compensation for over a year. I don't know if I'd do that with anybody or he'd do that. There's my little man. And congratulations. That's what makes the world go round.
You know what's
Little
great
ones.
is little Luke is already a registered Republican.
Isn't that? And Fox News watcher. No, he'd get mad if I said that. Luke Covey Freites, born Saturday, 8 pounds, 3 ounces. Congratulations to Chris Freites. We will be on not this week, but next week with Political Persuasions.
Maybe he'll be a little calmer than he was last week.
So congratulations to Momma Freites and my buddy Chris, and that's wonderful. Love it. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by ZipRecruiter. Hiring is challenging, but there is one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. A place where growing businesses connect with qualified candidates, and that place is ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. ZipRecruiter sends your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards, but they don't stop there. As applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one and spotlights the top candidates so you never miss a great match. We've been talking about ZipRecruiter for a long time because we know it's the best way to hire. It is so effective that 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter will get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. And, I asked for it when we first started talking about ZipRecruiter, but when you get somebody and you get a great hire, please let us know. We'd love to share your story.
Please do.
Right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter. You can do it for free at this exclusive web address. Remember it, write it down, commit it to memory. If you're looking for an employee, this is the best way to do it. It's ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. Don't forget the /TMOS. That gets you your free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/TMOS. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. All right, so at the beginning of the show yesterday, every day is different. Every show has a different energy. And I have to say that yesterday, coming into the studio, when I finally connected with you guys, my energy was, I was so pissed. I don't think I've been that tense in a long time. And you've certainly heard me on this show rant and rave, but I didn't think that anything could match dealing with insurance companies, but I was wrong. Dealing with a cable company is just as bad, if not worse. I've read about it over the years. I've been blessed not to have the hassles with cable. I was on with Comcast Cable for over an hour before we got in here, and I got no resolution. And it was just the most ridiculous collective waste of time dealing with idiot after idiot after idiot. And I was shaking. I was so angry. Yeah. I was shaking mad. And I came in, and before we even went on the air, I don't even know what I said, but I was cussing like you would not believe, and it was not pretty. And I know you guys knew when I came in and I started doing that, it's like, oh, Jesus. Oscar's back from Arizona. Rob's not happy. I was out of my mind. So this is what happens yesterday. I'm looking over text messages last night, and I hadn't really checked. And so we had a guest on yesterday, Ethan's mom, April Rain.
Sure.
And I like to make sure that our guests are treated well, and they're usually up in Washington, D.C., and you guys handle them. And I see this, that was sent to me at 10:02 a.m. which is right around the time that we were taping the show before we were taping.
right
And I'm
right
going,
before we
F
started.
this, F,
Yeah.
MF, MF, F, F, F. And Oscar sent me a text while I'm doing that. Please hang in there. We are going to have a fun show. So I'm so out of my mind that Oscar's giving me a text pep talk.
A pep talk.
But this is why he sent the text, because he says, the guest is only on for 10 minutes. Heads up. She is in the control room and can hear us. And I didn't get this until last night. So my question is like...
She heard everything.
She heard...
Yeah.
All right, how do we... I need protection
What
from
if
that.
you just
I
acted
need-
like an adult for once?
I can't. Sometimes I cannot.
For once.
Sometimes I can. My question is, in a real show, when, why is the guest not in some secure green room?
A
and
soundproof, secure green room.
No, I mean, why is she
Mike,
in the control room?
It was 30 seconds before showtime, and you were still ranting.
Yes.
I know. I'm sorry.
We
but
had
I
brought
don't
her,
like people listening.
We had brought her. She wasn't listening the entire time.
No, we had her in the lobby
We
for
had her.
the
We brought
bulk of the
her
morning.
in to. You know what? It was really an effort to efficiently get her in studio, and we didn't realize that you were going to continue down your pity path.
Well, let me just say this. The logistics of the show.
Yes.
I am down here.
Yes.
You are up there.
Yes.
I don't know everything that happens. When I connect with you guys,
Yes.
When we're having a conversation, the three amigos,
Yes.
about
The control
whatever,
room can hear you. Yes.
I hate that. So
Yeah.
There are times when we tell
We
them.
can tell them to turn off. We can turn off their monitor, but the control room can hear you every time.
All
Because
right,
if you
let me
need
ask
something, if this is, we can't have it both ways. If we ask Pony something and he's like, huh?
Yeah, our
And then
default.
we just yell at him in the other room.
The default is having the control room listen. It can be stopped.
Yes.
But we have to always assume they can hear unless we've stopped.
You know what I'm channeling right now?
Yes.
I'm channeling the spirit of Bill O'Reilly, of Larry King. Pony could sell an album of my rants.
Oh my
Pony
God,
could
yeah.
sell-
Oh, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
trust
And,
me.
so
I've asked him. I was like, "Where's the hard drive? Where's the hard drive? Where is the hard drive?"
If anything ever
Unfortunately-
happens to me,
Well,
it
no,
will
see,
appear.
there's only one factor. I'm not big enough where it would sell. So don't worry about it. It's just true.
Nor
I mean,
is
you
it
have to
that
be-
much different than your on-air persona.
If it makes you
You're
feel
probably
better,
right. Yes,
I've asked for like a mashup of rants from you, like after the fact. I was like, this would be a great mashup just to play back.
Does
to
he
him.
burn them? Does he burn them and send them away?
No, if burn, you mean he
Are
actually,
you talking about off-air rants or on-air rants?
on air? Like I want to do a fun
okay.
parody, and he's
All
like,
right.
no, I delete everything. He's
Okay,
his
well,
word. His words are this.
Well, it was.
We can't
embarrassing, so-
risk that they get into the wrong hands.
Absolutely.
That's what Pony said to me.
All right. Okay. By the way, I think there's a lot of cussing.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of there are a lot of very childlike personal attacks.
Nothing
but
racist.
Nothing racist.
hurtful,
Nothing sexist.
Nothing sexist.
Thank you.
I will say this: it's nothing you won't hear on the bonus show, which you can buy easily
Absolutely.
at
But I will tell you,
MikeO'MaraShow.com.
But yesterday
yes.
was easily top 5.
Yeah, that was.
I was so hot. I came in. I mean, I opened the mic. I connected with you guys and was in full maniac rant.
Yep.
Thank you, Comcast.
Maniac.
I had a tightness in my chest for the whole show, and then I dealt with them again right afterwards and resolved the situation. Let me just say, April Rain, Ethan's mom, from the bottom of my heart, you were a wonderful. By the way,
Very
Ethan's
patient.
mom. No, Ethan's mom is a 20 for the way she handled everything. Not only was she a great guest, and and Carla like came in during the interview and said to me, "Was that a presidential candidate?" It was. I mean, she said that, and so April Rain was so composed after that.
Was your answer not yet?
Not yet. Well, I think she could. I think she's that smart, and she loves the issues of everything. And so, April, this is me talking, and Ethan, I hope you find this clip and give it to your mom. I am so sorry you had to hear that ridiculous Comcast rant by a maniac before he started the show yesterday. And I'm sitting there last night. I think it was like 9 o'clock at night. I finally look, and I see Oscar had texted me during the show, and I give the Napoleon.
Well, we can actually pull back a layer of the onion. Ethan is in the control room.
Yes.
Ethan What was her takeaway? I know she was very polite and marvelous as she was leaving the studio, but you had the rest of the day with her. What was her feeling upon leaving the studio?
Well, I mean, she loves you guys. I mean, and Mike,
that's nice.
You know, she's a character herself, so she couldn't be mad. And there's no way she hasn't come up without using any curse words. So, you know, there's no hard feelings. Podcast Village has always be loved. So
thank you very much, Ethan.
Have her back on the show whenever she can. So
I'd have her on a million times. She's phenomenal. It was a great discussion, and I think we could do a longer discussion. I'd also like to get her on political persuasion sometime too.
Yesterday morning, I can tell you, she was sitting next to me. As soon as she put on her headphones, she was laughing. She was cracking up, and I told her, I said, look, sometimes he comes in like a lion and he's out like a lamb. He's a great guy. She had a great time.
All these people explaining my horrible
Well, you know what? And another thing that was so great is when we had, we were a little delayed on the start, and I went and I said, we're going to be a little late before we get started. I hope you're not in a time crunch. She says, no, that's fine. What's the matter? I said, well, Mike's having internet trouble, and I explained it like this. He said, there's a little bit of an internet glitch because Florida. And she said, oh, Florida, of course. So she understood. So, I mean, she knows and understands. Yeah, and
I fixed it by getting finally a guy that was there. By the way, I dealt with even more calls, and I was calmer after the show, dealing with the people.
Well, you'd almost have to be.
The equation. You do this all the time, Rob. The equation is that your level of assistance at these call centers is directly related to the IQ of the person.
When you
That's
dial,
it. If you
when
get
you
a dumb
dial,
person, you're screwed.
The thing is anytime you dial any number that starts with an 800 or an 888, and then you have to spell something. It could be spelling DirecTV. It could be spelling Comcast.
More. Right.
Anytime you spell something, when they pick up the phone, you've jumped up and you're knee deep in taffy. There's no way to get out. You're stuck there. And the fight is not to get out of the taffy. The fight is to get leveled up until you get to someone who cares. And that's usually 3 levels. Honestly, it is. Because they'll just, no, if you're at the first level, it's like, well, there's really nothing we can do.
The people that have the patience for the fight to save $50 a month, to save $20 a month, I take my hat off to them because I did that once. It took 2 hours and 30 minutes to lower my cable bill by $100, which was great. That was a good promotion for 2 years. I could do that again, but it feels like I would rather. I just don't want to deal with the 8 people you have to talk to by the time they get to their script. They're like, this guy's gonna go.
You gotta pour yourself a drink. Right? You gotta pour yourself a drink. Get yourself comfortable. And the last one I had, and it was a great one. I needed to have Turner Classic Movies because I needed it. Yeah. It's my favorite channel.
God, and I'm loving that. I'm liking it too. I'm actually watching it.
And it was Frederick March last Mike. It was March Madness. All movies with Frederick March. I'm not a big
Frederick March. You do a deeper.
He's a 1940s
I know he's
actor.
digressing, isn't he? He's digressing now. Don't. I
won't digress, but I will say it did take about 2 hours. But I got what I wanted.
Frederick March.
Yeah, and I had a few drinks, and by the end of the night, we win.
Let me give a message. Let me give a message too, because I believe I said it to you guys that when I was leaving yesterday, I said, "Hello, DirecTV.
Yeah,
I don't care that my community bundles the Comcast cable, the Xfinity.
Triple play.
I am going back to my original DirecTV, and that was the mission and my message to the dullards, to the slackers at DirecTV. I hope that $190 equipment charge for the equipment that I didn't return that is sitting up in Maine.
Yeah,
I hope it was worth it to you that I didn't, that I would have paid for your premier package.
Yep.
In addition to my Xfinity. I was that pissed off at Comcast, and they were so stupid, and they were so
short money.
They were unable to get by this charge. I said, I am going to sign up for it. I'll make a 2-year commitment to you, and I will re-up with the expensive package for you. I'll do it because I love my TV and I love my DirecTV. They couldn't get by that. And they were so stupid, and they asked me 6 or 7 times, and because they couldn't do that, I called Xfinity, and I finally got my main man, Alan. Who was the smartest, who took care of my problem right away and restored everything. My speed was restored, my channels, and I'm still paying more than. It's a ripoff when you really do a deep dive on it. By the way, with all the cord cutting, eventually it's not going to be relevant. That's what I believe.
And you didn't reveal the true reason is that your houseboy Charlie Stuang Stabalak loves the triple play.
Yes, he loves the triple play. Charlie, who just sits there in a closet on the telephone going,
This is so clear. This is so incredibly clear.
He's the one that uses the phone line.
Yeah, he is the phone.
I hear him on the other side of a closet, and calling his friends, going, and you hear this is what he says more than anything all day long. You'll hear this.
It's like you're standing next to me.
So that's it. No, we didn't do triple play. A la carte. A la carte, just like you're in a restaurant. That's what we did. A la carte. So that's it. Fun. And here's to, Comcast. By the way, I know I rant and I rave about the people at Comcast, but I will also tell you that we have been using that company to connect with each other and get this show out there since we've done the show. And, by and large, it's been okay, as long as you don't have to call them. We'll take a break, and we will come back with, something right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
In the 1870s, Buffalo Bill Cody returned to Iowa to make his fortune in the search for the world's biggest strawberry. At his side was his trusty Colt revolver, and trailing his covered wagon was his trusty sidekick, Little Steve, riding his Palomino llama with its Romanian hand-tanned gypsy saddle. Well, time marched on. Buffalo Bill left Iowa, but Little Steve stayed behind and bought a radio station, KCJJ, the mighty 1630, known far and wide for its music, information, and the place for great deals on dining room furniture and Iowa City molasses. Today, Little Steve is all grown up, and at 93 is known as Captain Steve. He's replaced the llama with a microphone. You don't have to salute him, you just have to listen to him every morning and occasionally bring him a cookie. Start your day with Captain Steve and Jim Hunter, right here on the mighty 1630 KCJJ, from 5 a.m. until they can't feel their toes. And bring him a cookie.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Quip. It's imperative. to brush our teeth right. Quip, what are you doing here? What are you doing here so late? Come on in here for a minute. Come on in here for
Who do
one
we got?
minute.
Who do we
Is it
got?
Charlie?
Who do we got?
Let me finish this. Quip is the better electric toothbrush created by dentists and designers to make brushing your teeth simpler and more affordable. Quip features sensitive sonic vibrations that are gentle enough for even sensitive gums. Quip also has a built-in timer that pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides so we clean evenly. Plus, brush heads are automatically delivered every 3 months, just like your dentist recommends, for just $5. I use Quip because it guarantees that I'm brushing my teeth the right way. Is brushing your teeth important, Michael? Right into the microphone. Is brushing your teeth important?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I love Quip, and that's why they're backed by over 20,000 dental professionals. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/TMOS right now, you get your first refill pack free. Don't touch that, please. With a Quip, oh, that's your picture. You can touch that. With a Quip electric toothbrush, that's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/TMOS. Say Quip, Michael. Quip.
Quick.
Hi, come on over here. Come on over here. He's got his backpack on.
He's back, baby.
And he's ready to go to school. Whoa. And he's ready to go to school. Hi. How are you?
Good.
What are you doing?
I'm about to go to school.
Can you give me a kiss goodbye? I love you.
Love you, Dad.
Okay. You have a wonderful day at school. Okay.
And I'm also wearing a glove.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Okay, take care, pal. That's
so sweet.
That's Michael Williams. He doesn't think I'm a monster. Love you. Bye. He's in a good mood. See you later, pal. I think I know why he's in a good mood.
Why?
Do you have any fanfares or exciting
Jock
I mean,
jams.
I've got the standard fanfare, but something like long. I need something long because this is a big deal. I've got this.
Something like a monster truck rally type of situation?
Anything you want. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, was bingo night in Cocoonville.
Hey!
And you may be guessing why I am playing that music at the cemetery known as Cocoonville Bingo Night, which is, by the way, was a festive night. I sat with a couple from Maryland who knew my work. And they were there with their granddaughter, Callie, and they enjoyed the evening. Jenny and Callie, the granddaughter, and I'm sorry, I don't remember. I think Dave was the father. I think that was
Callie?
The grandfather was no, she's a kid. So
okay,
so
fine.
stop it. Behave yourself. Thank you.
21.
And so
25.
bingo continued.
Are you ready for your
continued.
announcement?
I am ready, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, hit the music. Last night, Carla Marie O'Mara, Mrs. Carla O'Mara.
Yes.
She won at bingo, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
She won at bingo. $70 American went home with us. Yes,
That is
sir.
great. Big win.
70 clams, baby.
How
What
much
was her?
put in?
What was
How much
the?
was put in?
Yeah, how many
$5
cards?
buy-in.
Okay.
$5 buy-in, and then
She only playing
65.
one card.
then I played 3 cards and she played 3, and then when she realized that my math skills are so limited and my ADD is so bad that she took one of my cards away, so she played 4
Were you
and
using
I
a
played
dauber,
2.
or were you like using?
We were using the little plastic buttons.
Oh,
that
that's
you put on
tough.
top.
Actually-
That's tough.
Took home $40 then? 40, right, Rob?
You know what? You probably
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what it amounted to, and it was funny because the biggest pot of the night is when you have to fill the whole cube.
Yes, it's called.
And,
They call that blackout.
I believe, and I had a couple of adult beverages, and
you missed a few numbers.
well, I just don't pay attention, and sometimes Carla will reach over and put one and say, "You forgot that one." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ooh."
bingo requires a lot of focus. Legendary bingo player was Grandma Spiewak, my great grandmother, who I never
Right.
met, but she could play 8 cards.
Oh my God! See, that's the Spiewak number sense.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
you see,
that
it's
is.
not really. I don't think it's a math thing. I think it's more of a ADD issue if you can't do it, because
Well-
you don't have to do add or subtract. You just have to be totally in the zone. Bingo zones. You know that bingo is a big deal among Julia's crowd. They play every Tuesday night at a restaurant.
It is fun. It is actually fun. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing more fun.
Are you going to be
You know,
gambling with the Powerball tonight?
what's the
$500 million.
Oh yeah, I'll go out and get it.
Yeah.
I'll go grab it. I'm
8th
gonna win.
largest jackpot of all time.
I am going to win.
Well, it won't be a big one until next week when no one has won this week, right? That's
But
when
no, it's considered a big one now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not everywhere like where the feature reporters go crazy.
I saw
and
it
they,
on Good Morning America.
Oh well, they didn't have. You know what? My gauge is Channel 5. And if they
Don't you feel as though when you see the reporters do that it's just a giant conspiracy? Like they might get kickbacks where, like they need the free advertising. Well, hey, I haven't gotten your ticket yet. Bleh.
I
and they get the
also
2
feel-
anchors that do the same crap patter all the time. Where it's like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a new car with it. Yeah,
I think
can't
Al
wait for it.
Roker, because I was watching both channels, they had
today
similar,
as well?
similar, similar stories. He like had a $20 bill and he like flapped it.
Yeah.
He said, I'm getting in on the office pool. Like he needs more money.
Yeah.
Like he needs more money.
Unfortunately, what you didn't see is that Al Roker then ate the $20 bill.
The network anchors like Savannah Guthrie and Hoda, who are making multiple millions of dollars, like over $10 million a year, and they're going, yeah, what are you going to do? Don't lie. Don't lie to us,
I don't want to read ahead, and I'm sure you have this in your news.
All right.
But we're talking about the network anchors. Natalie Morales.
Yes.
She got the boot from Access Hollywood. Mario Lopez will now be the face of Access Hollywood. Happened last night.
Wow.
And I thought it
Really?
was like one of these troll stories, so I started really digging, and it's there, man. She's out. She is
Natalie Morales. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? They woke up and smelled the coffee. Sorry, I was never a fan.
For years,
That's
you
all
guys
there
were
is.
saying that. For
We
years.
railed against her.
For
And I have a
years.
theory about how she advanced.
Okay, hit the misogyny.
wrong
and the-
with you?
Do you realize what era we're in? Do you know what era we're in?
I just know what
Harvey,
I just
do
know
you
what I
get-
read on
do
the
you
internet.
know what's going on?
I just
My
know what I
God.
read on the internet.
What, the Lauer thing? You're,
Yes.
you're talking about the Lauer
Of course,
thing. Okay.
yeah.
No, wait, who knows?
Who knows? It's only a
That
theory.
was
It's
Lauer
only a
doing
theory.
What in your mind says, and I know how she got there.
That's exactly how I said it.
Ethan, you think Rob Spiewak here is woke at all?
No.
So it's going to be Mario Lopez is the face of Access Hollywood now?
So this is okay. If you want to get really inside,
Meanwhile, Screech is at home blowing on his soup.
listen to this. So apparently, this rumor's been going. It's been spreading some like wildfire since last summer.
Okay.
That Mario Lopez was going to become the face of Access Hollywood, and
He's the new Billy Bush.
And a lot of people think that he is not. There's not a lot of substance there, but the man survived one way or another for some time.
Well, I have a theory how he rose to the top, too.
I agree with that.
So they say that the final straw of Mario coming over to NBC is when they lit the Rockefeller Christmas tree. They had that special, and Mario was there as like a correspondent, but he didn't officially work for NBC yet. And now Natalie was not there. And Access Hollywood, clearly, it would be one of the shows that is at one of those types of events.
Sure.
So she's going to stay on as a West Coast correspondent for today for who knows how long, probably the rest of her contract. But Mario Lopez will now be the new face of Access Hollywood. And the producer that's been there for like 20 years, Rob something, I don't remember his name, he's gone as well. So they're cleaning house and retooling that show.
All right, but she gets to stay as the correspondent.
Yeah, but they're gonna fade her out.
They're easing her out. Well, maybe she can come to Cocoonville and cover bingo night because
she could go there with Kathy Lee Gifford.
That'd be exciting. And Rob will tell you about bingo, Oscar, that it's not just a straight line.
Oh, I've been there.
There are all sorts of patterns
Did you do the
that you
H?
have to do.
Did you do the H?
No, we did the arrow.
Oh, the arrow is great, yeah.
And we did the love letter, which is
what's that?
It's an L and then a box. I have no idea what it meant.
Okay,
I really
can
don't
picture
know.
that.
Maybe it's the shape of a heart. That might be
I went to a
what it
local
is.
firehouse and played this extreme bingo you guys are talking about.
Yes.
Where it's not. It's really the guys are right. It's not the type of bingo we remember when we were kids.
It's not a straight line
there
or
are
fill up the card.
sophisticated games.
Sure.
It's well, they're
And
patterns.
people take it seriously. Don't
But
mess
they're
with
patterns that you have, and
They'll
there
tell
was
you to
one
shut
pattern.
up.
This is when we refer to when I'm enjoying a fine Irish whiskey.
Sure.
We have several members. I have a lot of friends down here now, and some of my mates refer to this. There's one guy that calls it makes it an IV reference and refers to it as the brown drip. He said, I'm playing really bad. I'm going to have to get the brown drip at the turn. And that's hysterical to me. So I refer to my Irish whiskey as the brown drip.
I love it.
Daddy was enjoying the brown drip last night and perhaps enjoying it more than any of the other revelers. And Carla had to tap me on the shoulder, because I was being too loud, because I'm like the bad kid in school. It's so quiet. And all you're hearing
and they're
is
focused, yeah.
Yeah, you're hearing the numbers called out.
Under the letter
and,
I, 26.
all you hear are the numbers being called out and then an occasional old person's cell phone that rings for 45 minutes while the old lady tries to get it out of her bottom of her purse.
How appropriate and how great was Carla's bingo yell? Because you can usually grade people on how the bingo yell goes.
Because let me give you, because it's mostly women, shocker, at bingo night. And this is
They live longer.
This is the self-satisfied bingo you hear.
Okay.
This is exactly what it will sound like when you hear B13. And in the back you will hear, this is how it sounds. Bingo. That's how you'll hear it. And I hate it, all right? So Carla let out a nice loud bingo, bingo, which is the way.
Happy.
By the way, when you're playing bingo,
yeah.
shout it from it, not bingo.
Bingo.
Yeah, mean it.
Bingo. I got it.
It's your
I
fifth
won.
bingo tonight.
Well,
Cheater.
one of the second to last
eater.
patterns on the bingo card was the butterfly. And at this particular time, the
What was it called, Mike?
The butterfly.
Of course, the bingo butterfly.
At this particular time, the brown drip had taken hold, and I was bored because I knew I wasn't winning, and I couldn't stop doing this impression at the table, and no one was laughing, and so I was doing Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, no!
But I said it like 15 times. I said this about 10 times. Was it a butterfly? and then I kept doing it. Have your lambs stopped crying, Clarice? And Carlos going, stop it. Stop it. Was it a butterfly? A census taker asked me to play bingo one time. I ate his old lady bedazzled cell phone with some fava beans and a nice candy. Like that.
When my mom worked at Safeway, they would do, and she was a union Safeway lady, so they would do union events for the family, and one of them was a big prize bingo night at a fire hall. And
bingo!
Just by dumb luck, I was sitting next to her manager, who was a nice guy, but still my mom's boss. And there was sort of a ruckus going on with his family, and my mom said, "What happened over there?" And I found out that he was screwing around, and they had given out lima beans as markers for the bingo instead of chips. He got a lima bean stuck in his nose.
What, during the bingo
Yes,
game?
I don't know how he did it, but it's always funny when the boss is like trying to get a lima bean out of his nose.
That sounds like the Spiewak family Christmas. A lima bean stuck
We had
in
to
his
go to
nose.
the ER because Pa put a lima bean in his nose and couldn't get it out.
in his nose.
Yeah,
Well,
3 months later, it sprouted and killed him.
I'm all in. I'm all in. Bingo works. And
I like
by the
bingo,
way,
sure.
if you're wondering if I ever win, which will probably never happen, I will do the Christoph waltz. Oh, that's a bingo. That's what I will do. So congratulations, Carla. Well done.
Big win.
Is that what they say? That's a bingo?
That's a bingo. We'll take a break, come back with news you may not need right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
You asked, and we listened. Now you can listen on Spotify. In our never-ending effort to make it easier for you to access our content, The Mike O'Mara Show can now be streamed on Spotify, just another platform that gives you full TMOS access. So go grab the show and listen, and spread the word. The more you know, the more we grow. TMOS on Spotify. Grab it.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Think of it. It's Saturday.
Yes.
And there's nothing to do. You glance around your pitiful apartment full of trash and unpleasant memories. And you wish you had another episode of TMOS to bring you joy because there's just nothing going on.
Yeah.
But you already listened to all 5 episodes from this week, just like a jerk. Crisis.
That's different.
Crisis.
Well, consider this.
Crisis.
If you buy the bonus show, you'll have a brand new episode to rock your world. You see, Clarice.
That's pretty weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, we are of one mind.
Jinx.
You see, Clarice. The bonus package gives you a 6 uncensored episode of TMOS every week. Get it? Remember, the future of our show depends on it. So please buy our thing. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. Click the bonus banner. 5'2", Buffalo Bill. You'll get access to all our bonus content, and you'll be helping TMOS. So buy it, try it, dig the good sounds of the bonus show, and clean your bedroom, you disgusting jerk. News. Boo. Bryce Harper. He owned the richest contract in the history of American sports for 3 weeks because now Mike Trout is signing an extension with the Angels that eats Harper's deal for lunch. This is these baseball players. It's amazing. He is getting $430 million over 12 seasons.
A lot of Trout.
They're paying these guys. These contracts I think they're 50-50 contracts. I really do. I think they will either work out or not because it's just such a long period of time and they're athletes and sometimes they break down. You never know. That's $100 million more than the $330 million that Harper got over 13. Trout will make an average of $36 million per season, which is about $10 million more than Harper will make annually.
And also, they're comping his parking, and he gets dental.
Mike, in the control room, Ethan Sands, sports correspondent, would like to weigh in.
Ethan, weigh in. Go right ahead.
So, Mike Trout is worth every penny. And the fact that they actually win $100 more, $100 million more, excuse me, is a fact to show that he is the best player in baseball.
It's a contract extension, which is pretty
I agree
ballsy.
with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But, Ethan, you have to admit that when you're talking about 12 years, you are talking about finishing his career probably with the Angels. You never, ever know. How old? Do you know how old? He's 27.
He's only 27.
He's
been in the league for 7 years. 7 years.
Oh, my God. Mike Trout started playing for the Angels when he was like 11.
Mm-hmm. He was like 20.
27 years old. Okay, I take it back.
How many at-bats would you say he would average per game?
4.
You say, let's give him 5, just for fun. That means every
to make
time.
the math easier?
No, just because I want to make it more impressive. Let's say he gets 5 at-bats per game.
Well,
every
you make
time.
it more impressive if you do 4.
Yeah, a lower number.
All right, well then.
A lower number would make it impressive.
You see, baseball works this way, Rob.
Go ahead, jackass. Keep talking.
Don't yell at me. You're doing your math.
All right, what's he going to get per
No,
at-bat?
he didn't have anything to say, so he stopped. I thought you did good, Oscar. It was nice.
Right. 4
for
divided
4
by the
at-bats,
number.
he will get $53,571 every time he steps up to the plate. If there is a 5th at-bat, $42,000.
That's great.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he was already signed through 2020, but apparently the Angels didn't want him to sniff free agency like Harper's contract, the 12-year. I had no idea he was 27.
Don't sniff that Trout.
Harper was already signaling to Trout to come to Philly. And he said no.
Right. Well, he's an angel, and, good for him. And he's an all-around player. We'll see what happens. The USA Today magazine, television network, the USA Today newspaper.
Found on many hotel room floors.
Has ranked the top 10 NCAA mascots. If you want to pick your brackets based on the mascots,
please.
I don't know what their criteria was. I'm just giving you the list of the top 10.
Easiest story to write.
Okay, the North Carolina Tar Heels at number 10.
Okay.
The Utah State Aggies at number 9. The Knights of UCF. Why the Knights? What's special about that? I guess the way the mascot looks.
Knight's cool.
Are you saying it's a night school?
A knight's cool.
Oh, a knight is cool.
Yeah.
Could this be? Is this mascots like the people that dress up in the
the big head?
Yeah.
The furs.
Right. Then the UC Irvine Anteaters. Like to see that one.
Hey.
The Michigan State Spartans. That's a great mascot. The St. Mary's Gauls. Gaels. Gauls. Whatever. The Iona Gauls. Oh, they're two Gauls.
Two Gauls.
Gales.
Yeah.
The Arizona State Sun Devils. That's a great mascot. The Northern Kentucky Norse.
I bet it's like a Viking, huh?
Probably. And the Bradley Braves. Apparently, that's a great mascot.
You know who didn't make it?
Bradley Braves.
Is the VCUC student.
That's a Ram, right?
We are the Rams. Yes, the Rams.
Blue Devil's not that cool.
And they're in the. Are we doing? We're not. Is it too late? We're not doing a bracket.
No. Today is the last day that they're playing the four games that determine those last entries. So we could pick tomorrow.
We can't. All right. Let's. Do you want to do? Do you want to all collectively do one bracket?
I would like
Let's
to.
do it tomorrow.
And then
We'll
it'll
do
be
one
perfect, and we'll win $100
after we win the lottery.
$1 million.
This could be the most depressing thing you'll hear all week, and it's only Wednesday. Forrest Gump almost had a sequel in which Forrest Jr. had AIDS. You probably remember that in the first movie, Jenny died of an unknown virus.
My Jenny,
which we all assumed was HIV. Life is just like a box of AIDS candies.
Oh, no.
And now we know for sure, screenwriter Eric Roth says, quote, it was going to start with this little boy having AIDS, and people would go to class with him in Florida. Roth also put Tom Hanks in the back of O.J. Simpson's Bronco. He says, quote, he would look up occasionally, but they didn't see him in the rearview mirror, and then he'd pop down.
Let me jump in. I hate to interrupt your news, but I have to say this.
Yes.
When Forrest Gump came out, I guess it was like 94, you took a bold stance on the air, and you said that movie sucked. Everyone loved that movie.
Don and I both did. Don and I both didn't like it.
And upon revisiting the notion of the movie and the fact that this sequel is sort of underscoring the gimmick of the movie, Mike, it's been 25 years, but damn it, you were right.
No,
I agree.
You were right.
Turn
No,
it's such a wonderful movie.
It's not wonderful.
Let me tell you the moment I turned on Forrest Gump. When
he went
and
to
by
the
the way,
Black Panther rally?
I still no when he ran through the puddle and it was the S happens.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's like, come on. Okay, I know. I just thought it was jive. I thought it was,
I bet it would have been a much better movie.
I just kept running. I just kept running.
It would have been a better movie if it had a Transformer in it.
But by the way, Rob's playing the score.
Great
and
score.
one of the greatest scores in movie history. So there's that. Roth actually turned in a completed screenplay. So why didn't the movie get made? Because he turned it in on September 10th, 2001.
Day before?
After the events of the following day, he met with Tom and director Robert Zemeckis, and they decided it just didn't have the same meaning anymore, which it didn't, because the world changed.
And
as a matter
Magic
of fact,
Johnson was still alive.
Well, he is still alive.
He is still alive. Thank you.
I know that when
modern medicine. What?
In that brief time until the plane actually hit the World Trade Center, that screenplay was the biggest disaster to face America at that time.
Thank you very much. All right, it's official.
What kind of joke is that?
I don't know what he's doing
terrible.
today.
It's a horrible screenplay.
Terrible.
Are you excited, Rob Spiewak, about Woodstock 50?
No, I hate the whole notion of it.
All right, Woodstock 50's lineup, they've got it now. It will include Jay-Z, The Killers, Miley Cyrus. Wasn't Woodstock...
25.
Yes, there were established acts, right?
Right.
There were established acts, but wasn't it kind of the
There was a lot of up-and-comers, too.
Guys?
Yeah. Woodstock
Jay-Z,
exposed a lot of people for the first time.
The Killers, Miley Cyrus, Imagine Dragons, and Chance the Rapper, along with legacy acts like Dead & Company, Santana, and John Fogerty. There it is.
Hey, no Santana. I mean, Santana's good, but no Sha-Na-Na. I'm not there.
Sha-Na-Na. I have my sister's
Gotta be better
Sha-Na-Na
than the Fire
record.
Festival.
I learned.
I'll have
Chantilly
one
lace.
cheese sandwich.
I learned Chantilly lace off of Sha-Na-Na, you know?
Oh, they had a great
Chantilly
syndicated
lace,
television
Santa
program,
Pretty
too, yeah.
Please, Santa Pony,
John
take
Bauman
it,
as Bowser.
hang it down, there's a wiggle in the walk and a giggle in the
Lord.
talk that makes the world go round, round, round. There ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to make me act so funny, make me spend my money, make me feel real lucid like a long neck, goosey like a girl. Oh, baby, that's what I like. All right, thank you. And now a little, thank you. And now a little something, something. Lataria Akins manages an Arby's near West Palm Beach, Florida. She is only 21, so apparently she has risen through the ranks fast, but she probably won't get another promotion anytime soon since she assaulted one of her employees on Saturday. She asked a 29-year-old employee named Ernst Point de Jour.
That's a terrific name.
I have no idea. She asked Ernst to stay late and he refused. Then they started arguing, and she claims that he got up in her face. Ooh. So what did she do? She pulled out some pepper spray. And she sprayed him in the eyes.
No.
Then she chased him outside with a serrated kitchen knife.
Oh, serrated.
Now, she didn't stab him, but she went to town on his car and slashed it up. She is facing charges for battery, aggravated assault, and criminal mischief. And, of course, it gives me an opportunity to do another impression.
Oh, good.
Arby's, we've got the knife. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We
That
will
is great.
come back with the audio vault and Rob Spivak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, it's me, the one and only Paulie.
All
I
right.
have a special announcement for the people to the Mike O'Mara Show. You can now leave a message for the boys at the TMOS Yak Shack. Dial 888-920-6673. All comments, criticism, and praise will be welcome. But please, don't give us your life story. Make it short and sweet. So call the TMOS Yak Shack 24/7 at 888-920-MORE. And Mike just might air your message on the show. The TMOS Yak Shack. Yak Shack. Now get to yakking. Back to
Thank you, Paul.
Mike.
Thanks, Paulie. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Paulie, keep them coming. Appreciate that.
Oh,
Very
Christine.
nice. Paulie, Christine, always eating good food.
Yes.
No, I opened the.
Well, it's open now. Now it's closed.
Thank you.
Oh.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, get to the shopper. Get to the shopper. Then shake the shopper's hand because the shopper is our best buddy. You see, the shopper goes to the TMOS shopping center and shops like a good guy. The TMOS shopping center is right at our website, and it gives you unfettered access to...
What kind?
Fettered. And things. Access to Walmart, Target, and Macy's. Walmart lets you make a new floor plan with great vacuum deals from Dyson, Shark, and more. That doesn't suck, but they do suck because they're vacuums.
Get it, Arnold?
And Target, you can pre-order the new iPad and things, or the iPad mini. They'll be the apple of your eye. I've done a lot of impressions on today's show. And Macy's, how about the 25% off selected activewear? Activewear. This is internet shopping at its finest. Not only do you get all the stuff you love and things, but you're supporting the Mike O'Mara Show. Costs you nothing. Means the world to us. The TMOS Shopping Center. Now, go spend money. Tons of it. There you go. Oh, by the way, should I mention that we do, the Yak Shack is always open. We can always take a call, like this one, for example, that came in the wee hours. All right, listen up, all right? This is interesting.
4:30 Oscar. This is 2:30 a.m. Oscar. And I just want to remind you how amazing you are.
Thank you.
NBA.
There we go. One more. Yak Shack. And one more.
Mike, it's Wenzel. Get
Alan
your
Wenzel.
World Series bet ready.
Yep.
We're coming after you.
Yeah, Bryce Harper.
Oh, and Oscar, accept my friend request on Facebook. It's been sitting out there for like 2 years. Hi, Rob.
There we go. That's Alan wants to
TMOS Yak Shack.
The audio vault is open, and now it's Rob Spiewak. Take it away, Rob.
His name is Avit Ray Manis. He's 6 years old, and he was born blind. He's still legally blind. He's regained some vision in one of his eyes, and he's gone viral. This kid can barely reach the piano, but he is self-taught, and he plays the piano.
How old is he?
He's 6. His video is on our Facebook page, so you can check it out. He is amazing. His pitch is a little off, but know that he's 6 and he's blind and he's self-taught. Check this out.
Is this the real life? Is this just bad to see?
6.
Six.
He sounds all the songs out by himself on the piano.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
Beautiful.
Isn't that great?
He's playing?
Yes, and singing.
I need no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little
It's not bad pitch, Rob. He's just doing another harmony.
And you just have to
He's doing one of
watch-
the other
And he's
notes.
singing about seeing.
You have to watch this kid play. It's almost surreal because Pony, don't help. He almost can't reach. So I do invite you to look at our Facebook page and check
but
it out.
now I'm wondering all the money I'm spending on.
Goodbye, Duty.
I'm wondering all right. Just wondering.
Well,
just wondering.
it gets Mike. It doesn't get any better.
All right.
Robert is still hiding food in his bedroom, and he's 16. So why does it smell like popcorn in here? Oh, by the way, congratulations to my son who passed his behind the wheel test yesterday. He will have his operator's permit on May 12th because it has to be 6 months.
When does he get the full license?
May 12th because he has to be 6 months after he got his learners. But he's got the whole deal. So
Way
very
to go,
good.
Robert.
So let's Mike, Dateline Belgium.
Okay.
Armando is the most valuable racing pigeon in the world.
A racing pigeon?
Did you know this was a thing? He was a valuable racing pigeon, and he was recently sold for breeding. How much do you think a racing pigeon can bring? I'll give you a hint. He was bought by a Chinese pigeon breeder.
$1,000.
$1.4 million for this pigeon. Let's hear about Armando.
In 2017, Armando was one of the best pigeons in Belgium. He won third national ace pigeon, KWDB, and also second national Limoges. After the season 2017, people like Habby van den Abele and Gino Glick advised me to stop racing Armando and put him in the breeding loft.
So Gino Glick said, stop racing Armando.
I would like to see a pigeon race. I'd like to see how they do. Do they like send them like homing pigeons from one place to the next? And see
I'm
how
not
fast they
clear.
get there?
I'm not clear on the actual rules, but
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what, Armando's one good-looking bird.
And I somehow Jack can't cook. Armando.
I bet he'd raise pigeons. Did you ever raise pigeons, Mr. Cook?
I've raised every type of animal you can believe on. Isn't that right, Flav?
Yeah, boy. I bet he also raised cows, which takes us to the Bronx, New York, where a cow escaped from a slaughterhouse.
Ew. They have a slaughterhouse in the Bronx?
In the Bronx, but here's the deal.
Ew,
No,
that just sounds gross.
But it's happy. Think of the miracle of the cow breaking out of the slaughterhouse and stopping traffic.
I'm very confused because I don't know how the cow gets to the road. That's very strange.
Surprised, because you usually see accidents over here, like car accidents and stuff, but you never see like an actual cow running up and down. He was kicking and stuff, and at one point they got him as calm as now. He was still like breathing hard.
I don't like to see a cow breathing hard.
Yeah. Why do they always, the guy that's the eyewitness is always like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that really just can't quite explain what he saw.
But somehow it got to a microphone.
Yeah, he
Right?
finds the television camera or the microphone. Yeah, the cow is like,
Well, I
Thank
think
you. Thank you very
the
much.
dim-witted are easily accessible.
Yeah, because they're out on the street.
Yeah,
They
because
don't
he's
have
looking at
anywhere
the
to
panting
go.
cow.
Yeah, they're not working.
I never expected to see a cow
So
in the Bronx.
there's this bit on the street where people are asking you if they can tell you about equality or their charity or whatever it is.
Right.
And I know what it is. It's like, let me tell you, and so you're for it. You're for equality. You're for rights. You're for a gay right. You're for everything. But as soon as you're done, they're like, do you want to give a donation? Right? So now what I do is, because I've already given my donation for the year.
Right.
They still stop me. They don't recognize me. It's new people every
What are you talking about?
Right in front of the building, someone will stop you.
Mike, he's tired.
Someone will stop you in front of the building, and they'll ask you if they can talk to you about civil rights or anything like this. Happens every day in D.C., Mike. I'm telling you.
Where that's their pitch. They
That's
will
their
talk to
pitch.
you
Yeah,
about
get
it.
in the
It's
indoors.
a lofty goal,
Yeah.
and then they hit you for the money.
So, and I've seen Pony be stopped by these people because you just can't say
all the
no
time.
all the time, right? I'm like, you
Okay.
got to get to your car. I say,
They never approach me because I don't look like I favor equality.
I say, I've lost my dog. I'm so sorry. I have to go.
Good line. Pony,
That's
steal it.
excellent. Yeah, do it.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. It's better than leave me the F alone.
You could also say, I'm sorry, I've got to throw up. That'll get them away.
Mike, I play this as a warning tape for you because Toy Story 4 is coming out. And Robert was at the Toy Story age when the other movies came out. So you're going to get sucked in to, because of Michael, you're going to get sucked into this. And the trailer dropped. And I love the Toy Story franchise. I really think they may have misstepped. The plot is their new owner has turned a spork into a toy named Forky.
Yeah, I saw that, and it was just the spork in the trailer, and I didn't, I was like,
And
man,
here's the biggest problem. I'll play you a little bit from the trailer here. Do you know they've written, Don Rickles did the voice of Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Don Rickles has passed.
Right.
Do you know who his replacement voice is?
Who?
Barry Bostwick.
Really?
Isn't that a weird choice?
Is it Barry Bostwick doing Rickles?
Don't know because he wasn't in the trailer. I just had to go to the IMDb. Well, anyway, here, this doesn't sound intriguing to me.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
He's a spork. Yes, yeah, I know.
It doesn't, and you know what? The third one.
Well, I mean, when you do 50 of them, I mean, the first one was great. I don't know.
And the
about
third
that.
one
was so good.
The third one had a wonderful conclusion too. So I don't know
What
why.
is this, 4?
This is the fourth
Oh,
one.
this is 4.
And then there's a Halloween special and a Christmas special, I think. So
All right, I'd rather see this Forrest Gump sequel.
With AIDS?
Yeah.
Well, there's some of that in this. One of the Green Army men. I'm sorry to spoiler alert. Let's close with this. I love Mark Hamill because, of course, he's been Luke Skywalker his entire life. And
That's one of you.
But I like the fact that he's sort of cool with joking about it. He was on Kimmel
he is.
last night.
He gets the joke.
And this is very funny because he was telling a story. He said he had to glue a fake beard over his real beard for a role he did, and Kimmel pressed him on. We close with this.
It was terrible because they glued the beard on over my own beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Beard on
I had to
beard.
keep the beard for something else, and they put the glue
What was
on.
the something else you had to keep the beard for?
Well, it's NDA. That's non-disclosure.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
So you were shooting simultaneously?
Possibly.
And we know then maybe that Luke Skywalker has a beard still and has a body still in the next movie.
Which movie? Well, I love driving the Disney executives crazy because what are they going to do? Fire me?
Yeah, right.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great day, everybody.
Another one in the can. Thanks for joining us for another riveting episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. If you get a message you'd like to hear in our mailbag, send it to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. We still want your calls with the Yak Shack. We'll play them every now and then. We never know when we're going to put the Yak Shack on the air. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. The bet is on. I'll take my Red Sox over your Phillies. Not sure what the bet is. Anyway, you can call us 888-920-MORE, 888-920-6673.
How about a steak and cheese versus
or a lobster roll?
A pot of Boston baked beans.
Call the Yak Shack for Oscar Santana, Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara, thanking you for your continued amazing support for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. So long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Hey, bud. Let's party.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
A real woman could stop you from drinking.
It has to be a real big woman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them, Silent Breed is people!
Goodbye, Judy.